So the Mechabellum 1.0 has arrived and it's live right now. And what is not live is the seasons and stuff like that. But I will show them from the test server also in this video. This is like one season before the 1.0, so all your stuff is gonna carry on. And when the new season starts, they're gonna reset your insight and combat power. And they're gonna reduce your MMR by 10%. So yeah, the one season is 3 months, and each season has its own reward tree, and this I can show you afterwards. And the first season will start in 3 days. Yeah, and this is the reset. When the season finishes, you will get stuff from it. So it's very nice. So there's a rank system. I will show this also. It's from like bronze to master. And there's an option to hide your MMR. So I think some people have some anxiety when they see their MMR go down. If you are one of those people, can you comment, does this make any difference that you can hide it? Because it's like, it's still in the back of your mind. You know it's there, right? So does this actually help? I'm very curious. And then there's early access rewards, which is very nice. Actually very nice looking. Then the visuals of some map have been improved. And only new graphic is that every specialist has got a new portrait. And they said it's hand-drawn, but it looks a little bit like AI art to my eye. But it's looked very nice, in my opinion. I'm a huge AI fan, so no problem from me. And they are adding new visuals for fortified core buildings. So if you level your tower to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have different art, which is kind of nice. It's hard to see that the towers are leveled. I have missed it myself in the game. And then there's 2 new specialists. Fire Batcher specialist, which will grant you a Fire Batcher on round 2, and a Typhoon specialist, which will grant you a Typhoon on round 3. And I don't know, it's nice to have new stuff, but I don't like that there is this rare units. I think the game would be more interesting if you could mirror what the opponent is doing. Like, it's a core part of the game, in my opinion. And some of the other specialists could be more creative. Like, I think, for example, Giant Spec cost control specialist, like, you need to play those very differently. Like, how do you play Typhoon specialist, for example? Well, you pick steel balls and pair the Typhoon with it. Or you pick the Typhoon specialist and pair Overlords with it. Like, those are the 2 best combinations you can use Typhoon with, balls and boats. So it isn't like that creative. It's just you need to play certain kind of compositions. Same as the Fire Batcher specialist, it's very good as an aggressor, because now you know the enemy cannot get the Fire Batcher drop, so you can commit more into crawlers without like losing to a unit drop later. But I would like to see more creative specialists. Like, they could do anything. Like, they could do some kind of technology specialist, for example, that could grant so all of your units, instead of 4 technologies, they would have, for example, 4 technologies and a flex slot. When you click the flex slot, you will pay 100 and unlock any technology available to that unit, or something like that. Like, that would change how you play the specialist. That would change a lot. Or, for example, a specialist that will get all the items for free from the cards. That way, you kind of, when you play against that specialist, you know he's not picking this spell, he's gonna pick this item, so it's easier to predict, for example. Like these would make the game more interesting to me, and not like having units as a specialist. But it's nice to have new stuff. I think right now the unit specialists are quite strong. Not quite sure how to rank them, but for sure the Farseer specialist is really good. The Sabertooth specialist is really good. I would think the Fire Batcher Specialist would be like very, very high, like maybe the top 1 specialist even. And the Typhoon Specialist is probably very strong with Steel Ball Crawler pack, but not that strong with others. Or it's pretty strong otherwise, but like Typhoon with Steel Ball Crawler is like top tier, I think. Then there's language filtering, which I don't care about. I have the chat disabled, that's my language filter. Then there's shortcuts. You can boost your APM, do your turns a little bit faster. I don't think I'm gonna be using a keyboard in this game. It's so chill to play with only mouse. And this has been a big request from a lot of players that there would be some kind of sound indicator that the round is about to end. And I've missed a couple of rounds myself, not realizing it will end. I've also hit the end deployment button by accident a couple of times at the start of the round. Friend list is increased from 100 to 300. Does anyone have that many friends in this game? Then there's performance optimization. Reduce the game's memory usage. This is like huge. I think this game has a lot of memory issues. Even if you have a really strong computer and the game is on for like 3 hours, it starts to be really, really not in a good shape, and then you need to restart the game. So I'm hoping this will help that a lot. And now to the interesting stuff, the balance adjustments. So the damage to the player's HP have been reduced, like only giants, like War Factory from 600 to 500 and all the giants from 400 to 350. This is a great change. I think they could have done something a little bit different also, but I feel like it's a big problem that the games are too fast right now. And 2 versus 2 games particularly, it's like stupid fast. So I like this a lot, but they could have done something more, I think, with the HP. Now to the actual balance. The Vulcan will get a 3% decrease in HP, and the experience for level up is increased by 10%. Good changes. Good changes. The Vulcan is really strong unit, and it's one of the, like, if you go carry Vulcan with Scorching Earth and let's say an item, they benefit like a lot from the level up, and it's kind of toxic if you have like giant spec and an early level 2 Vulcan. The enemy just cannot build anything. He has to wait like multiple turns to buy a fortress or a melter or a boat or whatever to counter it. And then your Vulcan just farms the enemy for 2 rounds straight. So this good change, but is it enough? I feel like the Vulcan is pretty strong though. Then the Steel Ball, it's actually, I didn't predict this nerf. This, like, I think one of the most toxic things in this game is that you are facing a Steel Ball push, then the Steel Ball levels on round 1 and gets an heavy armor item on round 2. It's like so stupid. Then it just spins out of control. So I think this is a really good change. I wonder why they did this, because I would imagine from their statistics, I would imagine the Steel Ball is not that high win rate of a unit. But I think it's a super coin flippy unit. Like if the stars align, you get the level, you get the item. It's super strong. It's way too strong. So I don't know if this is a good change or not, because the coin flip element still exists, right? Now maybe it's like too bad now, the Steel Ball. I don't know. Then the Stormcaller attack is decreased by 3%, and incendiary bomb technology now decreases storm's range by 20. This is huge. What? The cost of high explosive ammo decreased from 200 to 150. I was just about to say that like the HC tech is really strong on the storms. Like I preferred it over incendiary bomb most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but sometime. It's a really good tech to kill chaff, and now they are reducing it. And they're nerfing the incendiary bomb, so it tilts a lot more into the HC direction. I think the incendiary bomb is still very good, but maybe it's not like a instant technology right now. Some of the Asian players even take the incendiary bomb on round 3 or something crazy like that in standard versus standard gameplay. So I don't think you can do plays like that anymore. But the range decrease is quite brutal against like enemy snipers, enemy storms. But the range shouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's bad in Storm Mirror, like Storm Marksman Mirror, to have reduced range. And then the War Factory, if you saw the last tournament, it was like War Factories all over the place, and it was quite funny. Bear was asked who's the head developer of Mechabellum, and he streamed the tournament. He was asked that will a War Factory get nerfed? Then he was like, no, we haven't seen any War Factory play for quite a while. Then he spectated the tournament games, and every single game had a War Factory. It was quite hilarious. So the HP is decreased by 12%. That's huge. That's big nerf. And then they are increasing the cost of efficient maintenance from 50 to 200. I think this good changes, but this EM change is not good, I think, because it renders the technology useless. I would just take the efficient maintenance off. But what this means is that the factory cannot come down on round 4 anymore. So I think the factory is still very strong, but you need to delay it. You need to go factory on round 5 to 6. And I think many people even made the mistake, like I spectated so many factory games, even pretty good players went the efficient maintenance technology on like round 6, which is completely wrong. You should never do that. But now they are not making that mistake anymore because of the patch notes. So it removes a bait technology also. And the fire batchers, finally, holy shit, I think like for the past probably past 6 months I've been saying that the fire batcher is way too strong, and now they are actually changing it. Finally, I don't know what prompted them to do it like now and not 5 months ago. But the HP is reduced by 8%, which is a pretty big deal. And the completely broken technology, the napalm, the effective time is decreased from 20 to 15 seconds, which is huge, because your backline crawlers and stuff like that, and when the board is asymmetrical, the fire will run out now. And now it decreases the batcher's HP by 40%. Like this technology is probably not very good in standard play, but in aggression and defending against aggression especially, it's a lot worse now, because they die more quickly and the fire doesn't last. But it's still pretty good because it will. You can put them on the line and take the napalm, so then the fire will be everywhere, and the front line of the enemy is destroyed even if he has like fortress barriers on. So still a very usable technology. Let's see, I think it could be like fair now. It's still good, I think. This what I don't like. It's okay in a balance perspective. They are adding Scorching Fire, which increases the attack of the Badgers by 100%. But like this is now like completely mini Vulcan, right? It's the same unit. So that's what I don't like, but it's a cool technology. You can go like Fire Badger carry with it. I for sure will try it. I will suspect it's pretty good. Like the Fire Badger got pretty well blocked by Arclight armor, armored sledgehammers, stuff like that. So this is a counterplay to armor. Then the Tarantula HP has been decreased by 2%, and the cost of HE ammo has been decreased from 200 to 150. I think this unit is a lot of tempo early game, and it's very hard to kill. So I think the HP nerf makes sense. It's still not a good unit, I feel like, but like to go more of them and commit into them. But it's decent. And the high explosive ammo, it's only good if you go many of them. And I don't think you should go many of these units, so I think this technology is pretty useless and the cost doesn't matter. But I guess there's a little bit more to experiment. Okay, then the variants. A fortified overlord has been adjusted from level 2 to level 1. So this means it previously cost 50 and now it's gonna be free. It's not a good card. I think the overlord, even with that card, doesn't have enough health, and you should rely on your front line to tank. So I would like never pick this card. Then the Assault Stormcaller's range reduction decreased from 40 to 30, but HP bonus decreased from 350 to 300. I think this makes this card worse, but not that much. Then mass-produced Phoenix. The attack and HP has been... The reduction has been decreased from 40 to 30. And I think this, in very niche situations, this is a pretty good card. I think this card should always be used with charge shot, especially, even though the debuff or the new 30%, it will decrease the whole charge shot amount, so that it decreases a lot of the damage, but I think it's still very strong. In some situations, you should pick this probably a little bit more, this card, on like round 2, round 3. An extended range War Factory card will no longer appear when a player has a War Factory. This is very good. This was kind of stupid. Like, it's very... This card is very bad against like fortress, usually boats and stuff like that. But if the enemy is like choosing to go Acid Scorpion or Melting Points, then the extended range is like really, really good. So now when the enemy assembles his counter, he knows you have this card already. So I think it makes it a little bit fair. And improved Scorpion's range bonus has been increased from 5 to 10. I think it's a whatever card. I don't even remember what it does. It's not good. But what is crazy is that they didn't change the improved War Factory card. I think that's really strong still. So I think there's a lot of avenue to exploit the improved War Factory card still. So this is what you will get if you have played this game before the new season begins, I guess. So you will receive unique unit skin, unit emoticon, avatar, and avatar frame. So here they are: the Tarantula skin and three guys. Quite nice. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this patch. Like, there was nothing stupid in this patch. Like, very well done. Very well done. And I'm excited for the season start. And let's check out how the seasons look like. Okay, so now we are in the test server, and this is what it will look like. So there's a season, and there's season rewards. So this is my rank, and the ranks are determined by your combat power. So when you rise in combat power, you will get season points and some random stuff like an avatar when you reach a certain goal. And this is then you will reach a silver league, new emote. This is a cool emote, by the way. I love it. Is this the new unit? Or not? No, it's a marksman sniper, right? Okay, platinum. This is a unit skin, right? Yeah, unit skin. So you need 100k for master. I wonder how these combat powers will work, like... I feel like they should have done this like by MMR or something. Like everybody's gonna be pretty high ranked when they just play a lot, right? Is it good? I don't know. But what you can do with these points is that there's a seasonal shop, like season. So you can get seasonal stuff by this. So I don't know, are these guys only available for a certain season or not? Maybe. But these are looking kind of nice. And then there's also your own carrier statistics, which you can see here. So first when I opened this, I thought that there would be like statistics from the pre-season, Vanguard season or whatever, but it doesn't show it for me. So maybe there is no Vanguard season. So maybe your world rank or MMR right now doesn't matter at all. For the records, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a pretty cool system. Let's see how it works. And this is the only new thing I can find here. But yeah, here it is. Thank you for watching.